Ever pondered over who the richest person in history might be? Was it a king, an emperor, or an entrepreneur? You might be envisioning names of contemporary billionaires or ancient monarchs, but what if I told you that the wealthiest figure may not be who you're thinking of? A person whose immense fortune was so vast, it's hard to comprehend even today. Well, allow me to introduce you to Mansa Musa, the legendary ruler of Mali, who might just be the richest person in history. Born in 1280, Mansa Musa ascended to the throne in 1312, inheriting an empire that stretched across modern-day Mali, Senegal, Gambia, and Guinea. His early life was marked with tales of prosperity and wisdom that set the stage for a reign that would forever etch his name into the annals of history. As a young prince, Mansa Musa was tutored by the finest minds in his kingdom, instilling in him a thirst for knowledge and an understanding of governance, trade, and the arts. The seeds of his legendary wealth were sown early, through strategic alliances, astute diplomacy, and a keen knack for exploiting the gold and salt mines that dotted his vast realm. Upon the death of his predecessor, he ascended to the throne, inheriting an empire that was as diverse as it was expansive. But it wasn't just the vastness of his kingdom that made Mansa Musa remarkable, it was his wealth. How rich was Mansa Musa, you ask? Well, his wealth was so immense it's nearly impossible to put a number on it. Mansa Musa's coffers overflowed with a wealth that was almost inconceivable. The gold and salt mines of his empire were the greatest in all of Africa, if not the world. But it wasn't just these natural resources that made him wealthy. Mansa Musa was an astute leader, strategically controlling key trade routes across his vast empire. Imagine for a moment a spider at the center of a web. Every strand represents a trade route, and at the center of it all, Mansa Musa. Every bit of gold, every grain of salt, every valuable commodity that traveled these routes contributed to his staggering wealth. And let's not forget, this was the 14th century. Inflation and economic shifts aside, the value of his wealth was astronomical. Even by today's standards, Mansa Musa's wealth was mind-boggling. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on a pilgrimage that would change the world's perception of his empire. This journey was no ordinary trek. It was a grand spectacle, a caravan stretching as far as the eye could see, adorned with gold, silk, and thousands of people. Destination? The holy city of Mecca. As he traversed through Africa to Arabia, his extravagant spending caused quite a stir. Gold was handed out freely, flooding local economies. The value of gold plummeted in the regions he passed, causing what could be described as the world's first recorded economic crisis. But it wasn't all chaos. This journey also served as a grand display of Mali's wealth and power, drawing attention from around the globe. Scholars, traders, and explorers were lured to the African empire, sparking a golden era of cultural and economic prosperity. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage not only demonstrated his immeasurable wealth, but also put his empire on the map, literally and figuratively. Mansa Musa passed away in 1337, but his legacy lived on. His rule was a golden age for Mali, marked by prosperity, cultural flourishing, and significant academic advancements. He established institutions of learning that attracted scholars from far and wide. His reign reverberated beyond his kingdom, leaving a lasting imprint on the world stage. So, was Mansa Musa the richest person in history? That's for you to decide, but there's no denying that his wealth and influence were truly extraordinary.